Hello, my pretties. Gormac here again with yet another review. Seems like this weekend we're just pounding out the reviews. This time we're going to do Black Label Society's new album, Grimmest Hits. This is not a greatest hits album. This is just Zach trying to do Doom, I think. Anyway, I'm a big Zach Wild fan. From his time in Aussie to Pride and Glory and, of course, Black Label Society. And his two acoustic albums, The Book of Shadows, which I think are some of his best work. This is a pretty good album. I've listened to it, I think, 3 times now, trying to get an idea of where he's coming from with it. As usual, the guitar work is amazing. It's Zach, you know what you're going to get. The guy, like, come on. It's Zach Wild. I don't need to explain it to you. The thing on this album that I'm digging, and I didn't really get it at first, was some of the ballads on it. I believe there's 3. That vibe that Zach is going for on this record, it's very, I don't know, it reminds me of mixing classic Black Label Society and Black Sabbath with the Allman Brothers. And Zach does have that very distinctive southern rock vibe to his voice. So this was pretty cool. My initial listen, I was not impressed with the album. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, meh, this is whatever. It probably would have gotten a pretty low score, mid 70s probably, like 70, 75. However, after giving it a couple listens, going back and revisiting it, giving really spending some time with this album and really absorbing it, this is actually pretty good stuff. It's not his best work by far. I still say their debut, the Black Label Society debut, is their best. That's my opinion. I still think Zach, at his best, was on the Book of Shadows original album. I think that is a beautiful piece of music. On this one, he's not exactly going into new territory. He's not really trying to expand too much. So, because of that, there's not a lot of tracks I would consider major standouts. It kind of all flows together as one album, which for something like this, you don't want that. You want the songs to stand out on their own. You don't want it to be a collective. Kind of like with a concept album, you want it to be a collective. Everything's cohesive, everything's together. This one, even though, it started with a low score, because of his vocals and his guitar work, I'm going to give this album an 85 out of 100. So it's a good album. I'm not saying it's a piece of crap. It's actually good. You should get it. It's Zach. So you know what, Father Zach, I give you an 85 out of 100. Keep working on this. Try to make the songs a little more concise, a little more a little more individuality to each song. That's the only major problem I had with this album, is it feels like it's one big slab of grim. And, while that's not necessarily a bad thing, when I listen to Black Label Society, I expect it to be song-based. I like to hear the different things that you can do. And believe me, man, we know what you can do. So again, an 85 out of 100. It's a good album. Till next time, this is Gormac. Keep your stick on the ice.